delving into the annals of human history unveils one of its most grotesque practices, flaying, also known as skinning alive. This introductory exploration sets the stage to uncover the chilling accounts of individuals subjected to this brutal fate, offering a glimpse into the depths of human cruelty and suffering across diverse cultures and epochs. Flaying, also known as skinning alive, stands out as one of the most horrific methods of death, characterized by excruciating pain and terror. Throughout history, particularly in medieval times, it served as a brutal form of execution, primarily targeting traitors and dissenters. The earliest documented instances of flaying date back to around 800–911 BC, with numerous civilizations adopting the practice into their cultural and judicial systems. From Greece to China and the ancient Assyrian empires, flaying became entrenched in various societies, including the Aztecs in Mexico, who practiced it during ritual human sacrifices. Flaying involved the gruesome process of forcibly removing the skin from a victim's body while they remained conscious, resulting in unimaginable pain and horror. Different cultures employed various techniques, including slashing, peeling, and even exposure to sunlight or hot water to facilitate the skin removal process. For many civilizations, flaying served not only as a method of execution, but also as a symbolic act with cultural and religious significance. It was often used to demonstrate power, instill fear, or satisfy religious beliefs, particularly among societies like the Aztecs, where it was tied to ritual sacrifice. Various methods were employed in the gruesome act of flaying, including cutting and peeling the skin, often starting from sensitive areas like the buttocks, lower legs, or the face. Victims were sometimes exposed to sunlight to soften their skin, or briefly boiled in hot water before the skinning process commenced. Following this barbaric procedure, victims endured excruciating pain, shock, nerve damage, hypothermia, and significant blood loss, ultimately leading to death. Historical records recount harrowing instances of individuals subjected to flaying. Daskallogianus, a Greek shipbuilder and leader of the Cretan revolt against Ottoman rule, fell victim to flaying in 1771 after being captured and tortured by Turkish forces. Despite his suffering, historical accounts suggest he endured the torture in silence. Similarly, Saint Bartholomew, an apostle of Jesus Christ and pioneer of the Armenia Apostolic Church, met a tragic end at the hands of the brother of Armenia's king Ptolemais. Bartholomew, renowned for his miracles and role in spreading Christianity, was flayed alive for his beliefs, adding to the grim historical records of those subjected to this horrifying fate. It was rumored that Saint Bartholomew had successfully converted the king to Christianity, which angered the king's brother. In retaliation, the brother ordered the execution and torture of Apostle Bartholomew. This led to Bartholomew's gruesome demise in Albanopolis, Armenia, during the 1st century AD. He endured being skinned alive before ultimately being beheaded and crucified. In another instance, known as the Westminster Abbey robbery of 1303, the treasury of Westminster was unlawfully plundered, containing a substantial amount of wealth belonging to King Edward I. The treasury housed valuable items such as plates, cups, ornaments, and jewelry, often used for special occasions. Suspicions fell upon monks imprisoned in the Tower of London, leading to the arrest of 48 individuals. Following investigations, 3 monks were identified as the main culprits responsible for the theft. In accordance with the king's orders, they were subjected to the horrific punishment of being skinned alive. Their skins were then displayed on the treasury doors as a deterrent to potential robbers, serving as a grim warning against any thoughts of theft from the royal treasury. Hypatia of Alexandria, born sometime between 350 to 370 BC, was a prominent Neoplatonist philosopher who resided predominantly in Alexandria, Egypt. Not only was she highly regarded as a mathematician, philosopher, and astronomy instructor, but she also enjoyed a notable reputation among both pagans and Christians. Despite being a pagan herself, Hypatia maintained a positive relationship with Christians, and even taught some of them, earning widespread respect and admiration. Tragically, Hypatia's life came to a brutal end when she became involved in a dispute between the then Bishop of Alexandria, Cyril, and Orestes, the Roman prefect of Alexandria. Accused of paganism and allegedly advising Orestes against reconciliation with the bishop, Hypatia fell victim to the wrath of a large mob composed of Christian zealots and monks. They violently stripped her naked, flayed her skin, and burned her remains. Following her untimely death, Hypatia was posthumously declared a martyr for her beliefs and actions. During his tenure as governor, Yahu Bedi instigated a rebellion and declared himself king. However, his uprising was quashed, leading to his capture and subsequent sentencing to execution. Historical accounts indicate that Yahu Bedi endured the gruesome fate of being flayed alive by order of Sagan II, the ruler of the Neo-Assyrian Empire, in 720 BC. Similarly, Marco Antonio Bragadin, a figure born between April 21st and perished on August 17, 1571, held the position of commander within the Venetian garrison and pursued a career as a lawyer. Initially serving as a captain in the Old Kingdom of Cyprus, he relocated to Famagusta, located in present-day eastern Cyprus. During this period, the Ottomans formulated plans to besiege Famagusta. Despite Bragadin's valiant efforts to defend the city alongside his troops, they ultimately succumbed, resulting in their capture. Subsequently, Bragadin found himself imprisoned with wounds inflicted during the conflict. Following a period of captivity, he was released for the purpose of execution, whereupon he was bound to a chair and subjected to his grisly fate. Bragadin suffered the barbaric fate of being skinned alive by Ottoman soldiers in 1571, and his stripped skin was offered as a grisly gift to Sultan Selim II. Billy Lynch, a U.S. Marine hailing from Boston, faced a modern recorded instance of flaying during World War II. Captured by Japanese forces, Lynch endured torture, including having his skin flayed while still alive, before his remains were dismembered and sealed in a barrel. According to the accounts of Herodotus, Sasamnus, a judge under Cambyses II of Persia's rule, faced a similar fate. Accused of corruption and biased judgments, Sasamnes was executed by being skinned alive. His skin was then repurposed to cover seats where his son, who succeeded him as a judge, would sit. Roman Emperor Valerian, reigning from 253 to 263 AD, suffered a gruesome demise after being taken captive by Persian Emperor Shapur I during a war. Though the exact circumstances of his death vary, many sources suggest that Valerian was flayed alive after enduring torture and being used as a human footstool by the Persian emperor. His skin was later stored in a Persian temple as a trophy before being cremated following Rome's victory over Persia. Edward Guillen, an American serial killer operating in Wisconsin during the 1950s, infamously flayed most of his victims before killing them. One victim was even found dressed as a deer, indicating the extent of Guillen's depravity. His heinous acts underscore the horror of flaying, a practice now deemed too inhumane for modern times. Most of his victims were skinned alive while still breathing before being butchered. Flaying is one of the most horrific ways to die, which is the reason it's no more in practice in modern times. As we conclude this chilling journey through the grim history of flaying, we invite you to subscribe to our channel for more captivating explorations into the dark recesses of human history. By subscribing, you'll gain access to a wealth of content that delves into intriguing and thought-provoking topics, shedding light on the complexities of our shared past. Don't miss out on the opportunity to expand your knowledge and deepen your understanding of the world around us. Subscribe now and join us on our quest to unravel the mysteries of history.